Hi, Milo. What you doing down there? Hey? Good boy. Good boy. Hello! In today's video, we're going to be talking about how many products do you need for your TPT store? And let me just give you the answer right now. It depends. It depends. But let's look at those factors around it depends. If you are new or returning, welcome. Here at It's All Primary, we talk teacher side hustles, TPT, Boom, Canva, PowerPoint, Google Slides. So if you are new to TPT World, welcome. TPT World is the #1 teacher marketplace out there, especially for North America. I think for most of us, when we open up a TPT store, we kind of have an amount in mind as to how much we want to make. For some, it usually starts with, I'd like to be able to buy my coffee each month, the coffee bill. I know one particular TPT seller who's pretty good size now. Hers was to pay the Netflix bill. Nothing wrong with that. I guess, again, most of us have sort of a dollar amount in our minds when we start TPT. Nowadays, with the quality products and the amount of people that are on TPT, you can make anywhere from $5 a month to a couple $100,000 a month. But there's factors involved. So let's start at the beginning. And let me preface this. Some of those factors are your niche, your audience, how well you're optimizing, how high quality your products are. These are all important things. Let's just say you want to make $50 a month. $50. How many products would you need? 5, 10. You don't need many. I made my first $50 with, I think it was 14. Less than 20 products. And I had, I think I had about 8 freebies on there that were old. I talked about that in the freebies video. You don't need a lot of products to make $50. And what took me from $25 to $50 was the sale of one bundle. I have a bundle. No. Get going. I have a bundle that is 20 some odd dollars, and I had just posted it and somebody bought it. I don't even know if they've ever left a review. Bless their hearts. But that took me I got $50.50 that month. And that was my 4th month on TPT. And again, 14 products. So if you want to make, and that's in the K-2 niche, which is considered one of the harder niches to make a lot of money. You can still do it. There are plenty of TPT sellers who do, and some of them are recent. But if you are making for K-2 or even pre-K-2, and you only want to make $50 a month, you don't need many. You really don't. You need those, what I personally would do, trending products, some seasonal products, some bundles, $50. And I know there's way more to that. I'm just kind of simplifying it a little bit. If you need a strategy, that's basically what you're doing. High quality, less than 20 products, right? I didn't even have much of a following when that all happened. Again, it was something somebody needed. Who knew? I was not even planning $50. I had just the previous month made $11. So I was thrilled. I was thrilled I made 50. And by continuing that strategy of just making some products, bundling them, making a couple seasonal, I was able to hit $100 3 months later, 4 months later. And then in January, I had 35 products, and out of 35 products, there were I think there was 10. There was 9 or 10 freebies. So technically, I was sitting at about 25 products to make $100. You don't need a lot of products to make the smaller amounts, $50 to $100. If you are in the kind of K-7 niche, what we call the elementary years, it applies. And in fact, you can do it with less. when you want to go from $100 to say $500 and even $1,000, now you're needing some more products. Okay, and again, depending on your niche and depending on your audience, you're going to need probably a minimum of 50 products to be making 400, 500, 1,000 products. Now, at the K-2 niche, I don't know anybody who's done that. If you've done that at the pre-K-2 niche, please comment below, because what I'm hearing is that most people most sellers in that niche, in order to make about 500, are telling me that they've got between 100 to 200 products. That seems to be the norm, the average, okay? There will always be exceptions, but let's just play the numbers. If you've been following me, I put out a video, it's maybe over 2 years now, in the summer, and I'll put a shot here, and I'll put a link at the end of this video, and it's what does the average TPT seller make. So when you look at that, and I'll have to re-look at this because I haven't looked at it lately, but I believe to make $1,000 a month, the average number was about 300. Now, I personally think that 300, even at the K-2 niche, is high, but again, here's a factor. Many did not do marketing. So there is a number you can make without marketing, and there's a number that you can make with marketing. Does that make sense? So where do I get some of my information? First of all, my own experience, coaching certain sellers, being in certain Facebook groups where incomes are shared and all sorts of information about each other are shared. And then that TPT survey that came out, and it was based on about 1,000, it was under 2,000 sellers. But looking at the numbers, I think they're a fair representation of sellers on TPT. I would love Alexander Baxter, who did this survey, to do it again. And again, it's only 2 years old, so she might not want to do it just yet, but I would love to see it done again. There are people that are making over $1,000 with less than 100 products. And this is really interesting. Do I think that is the pre-K-2 niche? No, I don't. There could be somebody there. I do know a gal, I don't know her personally, but she made over $1,000 a month almost consistently, but she did ads, and she had only 40, I think it was 42 products, something like that. She had under 50 products. She was making math. What was she making? She was making math projects for grades, I think it was 3 to 5 or 4 to 6, something like in that neighborhood. 40 products, but ads. Right? So here are these factors. Can you make $1,000 a month without ads? Absolutely. In fact, one person who I enjoyed listening to, podcast, is Chynell, and it is called Routine Your Dream. I'll put a little screenshot here. She just got a new cover on her podcast. She coaches really high TPT sellers. And she is also of the opinion. In fact, I'm always looking for people that have the same opinions as me when it comes to strategy on TPT. And I find that my ideas align really well with Chynell's. In fact, she's even got a few more ideas that I'm thinking about now. But she often says that you can make $1,000 on your own, no team, no nothing, if they're high quality, sometimes trending, and you've got an audience. There was a good number of people making 1,000 to 2,000 with less than 200 products. Less than 2,000. This was done at the tail end of the pandemic. So the pandemic numbers, I think, would be a little bit inflated. But to see this just at the end of the pandemic, I think those are fair numbers, okay? My theory, because it doesn't tell you what niche they're doing, I suspect they're doing high school or music or SLPs or, the speech and language or special needs. I suspect that's the niches that are represented in those numbers. I think if as we're going into the new year and we're planning, it's good to sit down again and say, okay, I'm currently making $200 a month. I have 100 products. Can I up the quality of those products and get them optimized as much as I can? And could I raise that to $500 a month? And I truly believe the answer would be yes. I do not believe you have to have 500 to 1,000 products to be making more than $1,000 a month. Now, if we're talking about $10,000 a month, okay, and I do not make $10,000 a month, so I'm going to base this on what other sellers tell me, okay? I think you're going to have a minimum of, I don't know, I'm going to make a guess based on what people said, but if you are in the pre-K to 2 niche, I'm thinking you're going to probably need some really amazing product lines to get to over into that 10,000 or more month. One of my mental strategies, I'm just thinking, and as I'm thinking these through, right? As I'm going into the new year, as soon as I move and settle down, which is going to probably be close to February, end of February, March, I'm already kind of strategizing as to when I get back to TPT, what I want to do. And so I'm going to share this with you. Normally I want to do it first and then tell you, but I think some of these things might be good ideas for you. And I've sort of shared them before, but let's share them again a little bit. But my goal is to probably add only about 20 products over the next year. That sounds like nothing. But what I am doing is I'm taking my best sellers, I'm upping the value of them. I'm going to add more quality to them. I'm, providing some little, making sure they're differentiated and making sure I have made a product that they go wow over, right? I'm doing that to these products. I don't believe some of them have that wow yet. I need to do that. So by focusing on my top 10 to 15 products that are my best sellers, and then creating 20 new ones that are actually in line with those best sellers, right? Except what I'm doing is I'm checking to see how my best, sometimes your best sellers aren't trending, which is a really fascinating thing here. I might do a video on this, I'm not sure. But one of my best-selling products is not trending at all. It's not trending. And yet it makes sales every single week and sometimes every single day. It's the craziest thing. So, a lot of stuff that I share, there's always exceptions to the rule. Your store could be an exception to the rule. You may find that you are making $1,000 a month and you've got maybe 80 products, depending on your niche, depending on your audience. You could be on TikTok or you could be on Instagram and you make a viral video. I had that happen with a product. I had a product that was nowhere in my top 30 or 40, and I made a reel that hit 10,000 views in about 5 days, and that product is now in my top 8, I think it is. One video. Then there becomes this pressure. Oh no, I got to make another one. No, and I didn't make another one. That's what I mean. There are these extenuating circumstances or these, unicorn ideas of inspiration that we get and we try them and they work. When people say TPT is saturated, I'm like, you're not doing your research. You really aren't. Yes, it's saturated in areas, but you can still make the money. You can't just throw anything up and expect it to sell well. I try to say this almost every time. You need those high quality products. I still hold that I think you should have a store that has quite a varying degree of price ranges. As part of this idea of going from $100 a month to $300 and $500 a month, it's about product lines and bundles. So I've been doing a little bit of rambling and I apologize for that. But if you're hearing in my voice, there is no one way to build your TPT store. There is no one size fits all on the method to having a successful TPT store because we are all different. We come to our teaching and our education a little bit different, every single one of us. And each one of our voices is valuable. Being able to present your unique style to a product is what's going to sell you. As you're getting ready, you're probably going to take a couple weeks off at Christmas. Take them, get yourself rested up, and then sit down, have your data out, take a look at your numbers, what happened over the year, even the previous year. Look to see if month over month, so December 2024 in comparison to December 23, which, by the way, I haven't touched my store. My December is better. My November was down $20-$30, and I'm pretty sure that was I didn't participate in the the hashtag sale that I normally do, so I didn't do that. We also had our TPT site-wide sale in December. We normally have it at the end of November, so I think that's where my numbers fluctuated. But yeah, December is up because I actually had one of my better site-wide sales. It's shocking sometimes when you don't touch stuff what happens. Okay, I think there'll be one more video between now and the end of the year. I'm not totally sure. You can't see this, but this place is a dog's breakfast. It's bad right now. I'm staring at just stuff everywhere. And I'm looking forward to making a new office. My new office is going to be smaller than this office because I've got a piano in it. Music teachers, hey, shout out to you. That's my mother's, and it was her mom's piano, and I'm not parting with it yet. Even though I'm doing some serious decluttering, I'm doing Swedish death cleaning, I'm not parting with it yet. I used to play piano. I don't know, I might pick it back up. It's kind of one of my things on my when I retire list. If you're about to retire, let me know what's on your list. I'd be curious. If you have got an idea for a video that you would like, if it's going to be short, maybe I will create it during the Christmas break. But if not, I'm going to be packing. Where my father's home is almost completely packed up. We are getting out the last of the donations, packing up the vans and sending them away. And then the following week, we hope to get the junk removal. We've already removed furniture to various family members. We're hoping to get the junk removal people in so that it takes us up almost to Christmas, and then I start moving. Yeah. Wherever you are in the world, I hope you and your family are staying safe, being healthy, and we'll catch you in that video or the playlist. See ya.